Have you been wanting to consume something more high quality lately? You've been feeling like scrolling and just surfing online isn't really leaving you that satiated. I want to talk to you about an idea that helped me consume a lot more reading, consume more books, consume more paper, consume more high quality media, and talk to you about why that might be important, and especially in today's day and age of AI. You probably have been feeling some of the effects of scrolling and doom scrolling and just after you get off the phone being like, "Where was I? I didn't really feel, that connected to what I was reading." And every time you pick something up to read, to watch, to listen to, you always have the choice to pick something better. It's very interesting that we have the opportunity to spend time with some of the best minds in history with the infinite media that we have choice to read or consume. And what we do for most of us is we get sucked into watching videos of a 20-year-old who is just really good at editing something that's addicting to watch, but isn't really that fulfilling. And this is the idea of infotainment, which is blurring the line between information and entertainment. And that's exploded so much that you can scroll for hours. You can take in hundreds of creators and thousands of ideas all in one sitting, and that scatters your attention and it feeds you these half-baked thoughts from people who spend more time gaming the message that they're giving you than they are crafting it. And so lately I've been trying to go through this process of trading up. When I pick up something digital, can I move to something physical? When I go from a newsletter, can I go to a book? Instead of a YouTube video, can I go to a film or a documentary? Can I trade up the quality? Can I go from a low quality author to a higher quality author? And this isn't about feeling superior or thinking that it's dumb to watch a silly movie on a Sunday. That's not a bad choice. It's just asking the question, like, what actually is fulfilling to me to consume? What's actually helping me feel the way I want to feel, live the way I want to live? And sometimes that's reading a rom-com book on the beach. Other times that's poetry. But are you engaged with it or are you passive? And I find that we accept the slop when we don't make a conscious choice. And without choosing, we just imbibe and soak up all this slop. Now, if the best minds across history and time, from Einstein to Seneca, they're always freely available to us, then where is our shared enlightenment? Why aren't we all full of wisdom? And that's, again, because of our choice and our action. Yes, you might absorb a podcast. Yep. Yes, you might absorb a book, but has it actually translated into something? And Tim Ferriss actually wrote a very interesting blog post lately where he broke down his book sales, and his book sales are way down since ChatGPT. And what he came to the conclusion of is, it's never really about just the book. It's actually about deeply personal stories that catalyze people to change long-standing habits into healthy ones. And so the information market is collapsing. It's collapsing in an age of AI, but the market for transformation and for change, for sitting with somebody at length, is more important than ever. We still desire finding something that can change us. And I read a blog post by Derek Sivers that was called "My Life Was Changed by 4 Sentences and 4 Books." Now, that is a good blog post title. But he said, when was the last time your life was changed by a tweet or a video? Each of my biggest life-changing moments came from a single sentence when I was deep in a book. So it takes effort to actually dig into something, to find those specific ideas that actually change you. It takes dedication and work and focus to find ideas that change you. And we need to be present to go deep enough to actually find those things. So one trade I've been making that's really kind of funny almost is I am printing out podcasts. I realize that most podcasts are infotainment. They're not actually, they marginally teach you. And when I printed out podcasts, it's kind of wasting a lot of paper, but I've got all this different paper printed from these podcasts, and I realize sitting down with it focused, I learned so much more. And here's the idea, and this is going to change the way you think about reading. And I heard this from a neuroscientist. They were saying that when you are reading something physical, your brain totally focuses on it. When you're reading something digital, you always will be using willpower to try and keep yourself from switching to a new tab, from switching to the messages that just popped up. there's always going to be a part of your brain that isn't able to be put onto what you're reading and consuming because it's trying to hold you back from making the decision to leave what it is that you're reading. Once I learned that, I realized that there is something to the medium, right? Marshall McLuhan, the medium is the message. And so anytime I can make a conscious effort and choice to pursue learning through a medium that is more built for my learning, I'm going to do that. So, what do you think about this? What are you choosing to consume and read and watch and take in right now? And how do you trade up for better quality? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk with you there. Back again very soon. Later.